ladies and germs. Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
But first, we're going to talk about something else. The GDB QR 2014. That's the Great Dilettante Ball Quarter Race 2014, where Spencer and I race each other and you to collect all 50 some odd state quarters that we have notated in a Google Doc.
That is true. It's a private Google Doc. Don't ask for the password. How many quarters do you have this week, Johnny?
None.
Neither do I.
Nice.
Cool.
Got to use more cash, I guess.
Cash rules
Is
everything
king.
around
Cash
me.
is king.
Yeah. Cassius Clay is king.
Here's the thing.
Are you going to talk about, what's that guy he boxed? Joe Frazier?
Muhammad Ali.
No, I don't care about him. Anyway, what?
There's a really awesome picture of Muhammad Ali with the Beatles. And they're just like,
Really?
yeah, they're just chilling out. It's cool. This is episode 99.
Holy crap.
That means the next episode is episode 100.
That is true. You're right.
That's all.
Okay. We're just gonna skip that one. We go straight to 101.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be funny.
Yeah. It's like we couldn't handle the pressure of 100, so
We've been doing this for 2 years now.
yeah. I guess it's been a real grind on my soul.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm glad that 100 will be our last episode. So look forward to that.
That'd be a fun way to go out. Like 100, we did it. You said we couldn't do 100. Well, here it is. Fuck you.
Mom.
Give me my quarters. Let's get a random article.
You know what else is coming up though? The end of the year, and I don't think we're gonna have all the quarters ready.
What do we do?
We gotta get them all. Just don't worry about it.
Do we keep going?
No.
GD.
We fail. We win or we fail, and we're gonna win.
So there's no GDB QR 2015 or a GDB QR 2014 that rolls over. Or here's what I think: maybe we combine our quarters.
Wow. Can't believe you even said that. I'm not gonna talk about this with you again.
That's fine.
Okay.
We'll talk about it off air. You're gonna flip your dang lid when you see this.
Pokemon Johto.
A Polish nobleman.
Okay. Is this like a Canterbury Tale?
It's a painting.
All right. Oh, that is an awesome painting.
It's like insane.
That's like a joke. That's
Yeah.
like a classic, like when you picture like an old school Russian man or whatever, he has this crazy sort of hat.
I mean, obviously,
And this
you'll
mustache.
see it. He looks so concerned, and he's wearing earrings. He's wearing like big, pearl earrings.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, he's wearing like beautiful furs, like a woman might wear.
And his necklace is sideways. Okay.
Swag.
It's a.
Don't ever let me say that again.
I'll cut it out.
Thanks.
Actually, I'll cut it in, just randomly
Swag,
throughout
swag,
this
swag, swag,
episode.
swag.
Yeah. A Polish Nobleman is a 1673 painting by Rembrandt.
I heard of him. Swag.
He sings the theme
Art
song.
swag.
He sings the
Rembrandt?
theme song to Friends.
That's probably really funny to a lot of people that are listening.
It's
right
the
now.
Rembrandts is the band.
Sure.
That wasn't even the right claps. I don't even like Friends.
Is
I
it 4
fucking
claps?
yeah.
Okay.
I fucking hate Friends.
Well, yeah, me too.
It sucks.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that actually. I thought you liked it.
No, I fuck Friends.
Oh, cool. I'm with you.
It's a 19.
Cool.
It's a 1637 painting by Rembrandt depicting a man in the costume of either Polish Slacha or Russian boyar nobility.
Boyar. Chef Boyardee.
Chef boyar nobility. The identity of the subject of the painting is unclear. It's
That's kind of weird.
a Polish nobleman and had given rise to several different interpretations. The painting has changed owners several times, and its past owners have included Catherine II of Russia and Andrew Mellon
of
of
Wales.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah, I saw it on eBay and I decided to pick it up, so that's what I do with my tax return.
What's the most expensive piece of art that you own?
Oh man, that'd probably be my
Bookcase.
my bookcase, dude. Cost me like what, 120? That's a C note.
But how much did it cost in time
Priceless.
and difficulty?
It was the worst to get that thing.
What is it really?
I don't own art.
Sure.
My
Well,
most expensive piece of thing.
I would include music, any sort of collectible.
Magic
as art.
cards.
Magic cards. What's your most expensive magic card that you own?
It's only worth like $30, so it's not crazy.
That's still pretty crazy for a small piece of cardboard.
That is true.
A mass-produced piece of cardboard.
That is true. Compared to though, a card could be worth. I mean, it can get insane. People get like really crazy with it, where it's like, oh, not only is this a very valuable card, but it's like a perfect one, where it gets really crazy.
Sure.
But it's easy for a Magic. Well, not easy, but there are cards that are worth 3,000, 5,000
How much do you think?
American dollars.
Oh, how much do you think? Like a mint condition Charizard Pokemon card is?
I honestly don't know. It's a good question. I think it's maybe not more than $50.
I'm thinking it's not as much as you would want it to be.
Yeah, I feel like in the heyday when it first came out, it was worth like $100 or $200 maybe, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I never had one.
My brother did. My brother had every card of the first set.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if he still has them or not, but maybe he sold them. I don't know.
I should bring mine back up. We should play. I'll play my Pokemon cards against your Magic cards.
I work with someone who plays Pokemon currently.
Really?
Yeah, which I was like, I didn't know was still a thing, and she was like, yeah, it's fully a thing.
I mean, I see them in stores, and every now and then I want to buy them just to like
see what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny. She was like, yeah, the trainer cards, and I was like, I remember these words that you're talking about. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to play when I was a kid, obviously, and the same company that makes Magic used to produce Pokemon as well. Yeah,
and they do Dungeons and Dragons too.
They do. That's true. So pretty cool. It's good. Hey, they got their fingers in all kinds of pies.
Sure. Well, the Venn diagram for that pie is
pretty narrow.
It's a circular pie.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a color pie. That's a joke for Magic listeners.
Ugh.
They'll think it's funny-ish.
Explain it to me.
The color pie is a concept.
Okay, stop. Is Magic like the most sort of, I guess, esoteric thing that you know a lot about?
I currently, yes. I've at different times in my life I've known about more esoteric things probably, and there are people that know way more about Magic than I do.
Sure.
But yeah, that's probably the thing I know most about that no one averagely would know.
Because I mean, to normal people, we know a lot about Star Wars, but to Star Wars people, we're like
just average.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Oh, I could go off on Magic.
Fuck Magic. It's fuck everyone that plays it.
Yeah, baby's game for babies to play.
Do they? Here's a question that you might not know the answer to. Say when each new set of cards comes out or whatever it's called a set.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, it's a set.
So they're however many cards, 200 unique cards or whatever.
Sure.
And they're in booster packs.
It's closer to 5, but yeah.
500?
Yeah.
Okay. 5. Okay, your odds are pretty good. Do they say we're only going to print 30,000 cards, or is it based on demand? So
I don't know the answer to that. I believe they keep producing them
until the next one comes out.
Up until a certain point.
Sure.
And at that point, they start producing them, and then there are actually booster boxes from like old sets, just unopened booster boxes that will sell for like thousands of dollars, just because like who knows what's inside it,
Sure.
or also it's just rare to have an unopened booster box, you know.
Because
like anything could be worth a lot of money. Like this is an unopened pack of Hanes T-shirts, you know, but it's the last one ever, so all of a sudden it's
they have the picture of Michael Jordan on it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And now that's worth $200 for some reason.
Poor Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't have gambled.
Because I feel like I don't know how money
works
or economics or gambling work.
Yep. And all three of those are for real heavily tied into Magic.
But I feel like if they keep producing cards
they have a
based
thing
on demand, the value would go down. But if you were wealthy enough to make the initial investment, could you get the returns just by purchasing a fuck ton?
Yeah, there are people that do that kind of thing where they're like, they speculate basically. They're
Magic
like,
futures.
Yeah, but yeah, they're like, you know what? Because they have to know all of these, you know, ins and outs of the formats and, you know, what they expect to happen based on the 20 years of Magic history, where they go, you know what, this card right now is 10 cents. I'm going to literally buy 1,000 of these and hope that in 4 months when the new set comes out, all of a sudden it's like a key component, and I flip them for, you know, $10.
15 cents.
Even, but I mean, yeah, you know, so, but, you know.
Weird.
Yeah, it's great. And some of them are really easy to spot, where you're like, oh, that's that right there, you know, I can make $100 on this easy, you know, but sometimes you're wrong and it's not worth it.
Weird.
For me, for someone who has zero money.
Sure.
You know? But yeah, if I just had like a bunch of money to play around with, then yeah, you could probably make some money. It's weird.
So you got to have money to make money.
That's the thing, man.
That's the one thing I know about economics.
Yeah.
And supply and demand.
Yep. I demand more supply.
GDP, GNP.
Would you just call me?
GDP.
What does that mean?
Gross domestic product.
Goddamn poser. There's this thing that fraternities and sororities use.
GDI?
goddamn independent.
Yeah.
That seems really offensive to me.
It just feels like a mouthful. Like not the abbreviated version, goddamn independent.
Yeah.
It's like, what does that even mean?
Well, it means
I mean, I know what it means, but it's like, why that phrase? Like, there's got to be a
Out of all
better.
the things
There's
that
got to
it
be a better way to phrase that before you even turn it into an
acronym.
abbreviation.
Yeah, right. I don't know. GDI, goddamn independent. I don't know.
It's really weird.
Well, I mean, isn't that how like fraternities and sororities work? Where there's just one cool guy says something and everyone's like, yeah, I'm gonna latch onto that too.
Tater tots. Tater tots.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Oh, it's tater tots over here. I don't know how fraternities work.
That sounds accurate.
I have no idea.
Look, I know a lot about magic. I know a lot about fraternities.
We should start our own fraternity.
Oh, lambda.
Is that
It's Revenge of the or Return of the Nerds. What are the
Revenge of the Nerds?
Return of the Sith nerds, Jedi.
Who's your favorite nerd from Revenge of the Nerds?
Probably what's his name? Booger, is that his name?
I don't know.
Oh man,
Mine's Lizzie McGuire's dad.
Who's that?
Lizzie McGuire?
No, I know who Lizzie McGuire is. Duh.
Her dad.
Who's her dad?
He was in Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, you're killing me right now.
I don't know which one. I just
Okay,
know
was he the one that raped that girl?
I don't know. He had dark hair.
It's possible. The guy I liked is the guy who was in the burping competition with Ogre.
Dude.
I'm pretty sure his name's Booger.
Sure.
Cool.
What a nerd.
Total nerd, yeah.
Glad they got their revenge. 2.
Secret of the Ooze.
Did you see the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Did you?
No.
No, me either. Cool. I guess we won't talk about that.
Did you see TMNT?
No.
Came out in like 2008.
No.
It was awesome.
I heard that was awesome.
It was great. Go see it.
Okay. Sounds good.
What age? Okay, this is a multi-part question.
Okay, I'm ready.
What age did you hit when all kids started looking the same age to you? Because now, if a kid's under like 15, he's like, oh, they're 8.
I do not know how old these kids were. They were between 8 and 12. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're between 8 and 14.
Because
I don't know.
Because I feel like also kids are maybe taller than they were when we were kids, or bigger.
Yeah.
From all the hormones and the milk.
That's true.
And the chemtrails.
You know what I saw today? I saw a commercial I was looking for old commercials on like Retro Junk.
Sure.
And one of them was for milk. Do you remember?
Just,
it was like
just commercials for milk, which is.
Do you remember when that used to happen? Yeah. So like milk does a body good.
Yeah.
So here's the commercial, right? It's a girl. I assume she's a teenage girl, and she's wearing like a one piece, like a lifeguard bathing suit.
Sure. Breastfeeding from her mother.
Yeah. And so she's just standing there off to the side. It's like in like a Justin's sort of like a photo studio kind of look.
Okay.
And does Justin's do photos or
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Olin Mills. And so she's in her one piece and she's standing to the
Mills,
side.
Fuck me.
And she's got these, she looks good. Even though it's like whatever. She should be older, but she's like a teenager.
That's fine.
Of the time.
Just get through the story.
So this kid is like this like scrawny little kid. He's like in his trunks. He's like, "Hey, ma'am." He's like, like whatever. He's like a scrawny kid. And then they do like a time lapse where he's like drinking a bunch of milk and turns into like a hunk. And it's like, milk does a body good,
I'm going to drink a bunch of milk and then swim. Ugh.
Yeah, so I don't know, dude. Basically, the point is turn into a hunk, drink a lot of milk.
Milk gets you pussy.
Yeah, that was what they should have said.
I like milk. I drink milk.
You do.
It's great.
You're a hunk.
And I am a hunk. But also milk really grosses me out.
Milk cannot be good for you.
It can't be good for you.
First of all.
It's like crazy that we drink it. It's and it just, I mean, more than like half a glass and you just feel like lethargic and gross.
Yeah,
and like,
or like you want to take a dump in your pants.
And like just milky.
Yeah, you're like.
Yeah. Ugh.
Plus, when you're drinking milk, you're probably also having a Captain Crunch.
Or like a giant piece of chocolate cake.
Yeah. The only time
you're not just drinking milk.
Yeah, you've also eaten an entire thing of Milano cookies.
Oh God damn it!
You need the milk.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no good reason why you're drinking milk.
Today in my office, every now and then people will. Well, we had a party and we have leftover cookies, so we're having cookies, whatever. There was like a quarter of a sheet cake just in the kitchen at work. And
how much did you have? You had like the whole thing.
Well, here's the thing. It was just sitting there. There were no plates around it, no knives. It was just sitting there, clearly like, hey, anybody want some cake and take it.
But also you don't want to like maybe...
I didn't want to be the only Nobody took it all day.
Hey, excuse me, I'm going to make an announcement. Who the hell ate my cake? I was saving that.
Right.
But,
so I wanted somebody else to make the first move, and no one did. So I didn't have cake, and now someone has to take home half a sheet cake that they thought they were getting rid of.
Right. And it's also now like hard and stale.
Yeah.
That's
Like, oh, what are we gonna do with all this cake? I'll just take it into work.
everyone's gonna. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Turns out,
No one likes me. I guess they don't. They think I poisoned the cake.
happy birthday, Dale. Fuck Dale.
That's what everyone's
'Kay,
implicitly.
we bought more cake and put it on the table, and the cake just says "Fuck you, Dale. Quit your job."
Go die, Dale. Happy 40th. I hope you buy a sports car and crash off a cliff.
What are you gonna do when you get to your midlife crisis?
Kill myself. Likely.
How?
Drive a sports car off a cliff. I'll steal a sports car and drive off a cliff. There was a funny. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Del Close or so. I want to say it was Del Close, and he with his friends had this like contest where they would all try to come up with the most inventive way to kill themselves.
Sure, I've heard of this.
And I think he won, and the idea was
Well, of course he did, because whatever.
Because it's a story about Del Close, so of
You-
course he's the winner.
You invoke a demon that comes and fucks you in the eye socket until you're dead.
While he's shooting heroin in your butthole.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Every day you work at the top of a skyscraper, and every day you bring in a piece of a car, and you construct a car in your office, and then you turn it on and you drive it off the top of your building.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. So first I'm gonna learn how to be a mechanic. If you ever see me if I ever go to like a trade school to learn something like that, that's the first sign. Spencer's gonna do something with his life.
He's gonna repair a VCR on the top floor of his office. I mean, you could just like take a bike up there and ride off, which might be it's not as cool.
I might get grease on my fingers and stuff. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
that would be crazy too, though. Like, just yes. Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine that?
I listened to it was on like This American Life or whatever, some NPR podcast. I think it was This American Life. No, it was Snap Judgement. It doesn't matter. It does. Snap Judgement. Shout out to Snap Judgement. This woman was skydiving.
Okay.
With a tandem, because she was just a woman, and not that she was just a woman, but she was like a civilian. She was a civilian.
No, you can't take it back. She was just a woman.
She was just a woman, and she couldn't handle skydiving on her own.
Needed a man's help.
No, she was just
saying it was like her first time. So
yeah,
she
was just
tandem.
some woman. Ugh,
she was just some
civilian.
bitch.
She was a civilian.
Whatever, dude.
Some cunt.
Just trying to make it in a man's world.
So only a man can jump out of planes.
Yeah. Well, she can jump, but she only gets 70% of a parachute.
So the ropes. So she so they're jumping, and they pull the chute, and it doesn't open all the way.
Okay. It's terrifying.
So it didn't fail. It came out, but it got tangled somehow.
That's maybe the worst.
So they couldn't deploy the backup because the other one was
in
in
the way.
So the guy is trying to like cut the cords, and he couldn't. So finally he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna just try and do the backup one anyway."
Oh my gosh!
So he does it.
Oh my gosh!
And
no.
they start this. I mean, this episode, I was like
what was
freaking out on the train.
Oh, on Snap Judgement, right?
So I was like freaking out on the train.
Yeah, like hyperventilating, like on your way to work, sweating through your suit.
Pop the other one out. It doesn't work.
Oh no!
And it like gets tangled up, and they're just like spiraling.
Oh no!
And they interviewed the guy too, and he's like, and my only thought was, I have to at least try to save her because she's the student. And
Sure.
That's what I got to do. So I told her to get ready for a rough landing, and like right before they hit the ground, he like threw himself underneath her.
Holy crap!
And they both survived.
Holy crap! That's the craziest thing ever.
He's paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh gosh,
which sucks.
That does suck.
He's fucking alive.
That's insane.
And she visited him in the hospital when he like woke up from his coma or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And she like had a neck brace on, but she's like fine.
Right.
Which is
she had a neck brace on, but also because she went to the hospital, they discovered she had a small tumor,
and
so she was able to get it out and like saved her life.
I mean, I was like sweating. It was crazy.
That is really crazy. What's the terminal velocity of a human? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I have no idea.
It sounds like maybe you might not die. Like, best case, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a guarantee that you will die always.
I feel like it's
enough to probably kill you all the time.
I mean, I feel like that they are definitely the outliers. Like, that is a
What do you think the chances?
thing.
Like, do you think it's like 1%, or do you think it's
of
higher?
surviving?
Yeah.
Not even 1%.
If you straight jumped out of an airplane.
I mean, it obviously depends on how high.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, I'm saying high enough to achieve terminal velocity.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Not like 100 feet off
yeah.
the ground. Like, yeah.
Well, you'll get hurt, but probably okay.
And also, it depends on like if you land on like marsh versus like straight up on the road or
Concrete.
something. Yeah, right.
And I assume how windy it is too, because you could.
Oh, maybe like an updraft. And it'll like save you. Like
it'll like go up into your dress, and your dress will go like
yeah. Oh, and you'll float down like Peach.
Yeah, exactly. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, you're jumping out of a plane in a dress. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
you're probably gonna die.
10 times out of 10, you're gonna die. You know.
Right.
Can something be statistically like 100% of the time you're gonna die, but every now and then you won't?
No, because that would mean that there was a if a situation is this, it will always happen. That's a given. But if something freak happens, like a gust of wind, that changes the circumstances.
So I think 100% of the time, under normal circumstances, you will die.
Yeah, right. I agree.
There's a 50-50 chance either you will die or you won't die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Those are good odds. Do you know this thing about cats where like cats will if you drop them from high enough where they achieve terminal velocity, somehow they always survive. Mm-hmm. But if you drop them before they can achieve terminal velocity, there's a higher chance of them dying.
But then it's like from 4 floors down they're fine, and from like 20 floors up they're fine, but from like 5 to 19 that's like the sweet spot area for killing a cat. Right. It's crazy.
Yeah, if you want something done right. Yeah.
I feel like that's a myth.
I feel like it's a myth. It just sounds like a myth because it sounds like a cool fact.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you what though, every time I throw my cat out the window, he's fine.
Well, you're on the 4th floor. Yeah. You're on the upper limit of that equation.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Go to the 5th floor.
If you know how I can kill my cat, tweet us at dilettanteball, DILETTANTEBALL, Halloween Creep 2K14. I want to turn my cat into a spooky ghost.
And a skeleton at the same time. Ooh, that's a 2-for-1. You're gonna skeleton and a ghost.
What happened? Okay, what? Here's a question. When you die, in cartoons, there are ghosts, and then there are also like skeletons that walk around.
Definitely.
How do you become both? How do you?
Or do you get to choose? Or
how do you know if you're going to become a
skeleton or a ghost?
A reanimated skeleton or a ghost?
You're a tap dancing skeleton, or or what do the ghosts do? Ghosts are like pranksters.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
Cartoons, they're always like tapping you on the shoulder, but then being on the other side. Yeah, that's funny. That's the kind of person you are.
Sure, if you're a musician, you're a skeleton.
And if you weren't, then you're just a pranking ghost. Is there like a third option for like boring people? They just stay dead.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
zombie. No, what do cartoons have? It's just pretty much ghosts and skeletons.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
That's all I need.
Yeah, let's not get fancy with it.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yes. What would you be? Would you be a skeleton or a ghost? What would you be, and what do you want to be? I would be a skeleton.
I feel like I would be a skeleton also.
But I think I want to stay a skeleton.
I think I'd want to be a ghost because you say prankster, but I think they're more practical jokesters.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. They're more practical jokesters.
And I'm down with practical jokes. I'm not down with pranks.
Okay. See, what I like about skeletons, I feel like they just hang out in groups. It's like 5 of them.
Yeah, it's always like one ghost usually.
Yeah.
Lone ghost.
Yeah, lone wolf ghost.
Cool, wolf ghost.
Okay, now we're talking a little bit.
Yeah, skeletons 5 is a good number for skeletons.
Or maybe like 4, like a barbershop quartet.
Oh, sure.
I feel like that would happen a lot. Or maybe 5. 4 of them sing and one of them plays his ribcage like a xylophone.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. So I got to find 4 other guys. Is what you're telling me.
4 other musically inclined guys that are not practical jokesters.
Right. And we all need to build cars inside our office buildings and crash them off. Gosh, this is really complicated.
If you want to become a spooky skeleton, tweet us at dilettanteball, DILETTANTEBALL, Halloween Creep 2K14, spooky skeleton, ghost cat.
Ghost cat?
Yeah, my cat. I want him to die.
I
want my cat to be dead. You heard it here first. I want my cat to be dead.
I can't wait till someone comes and kills your cat.
How crazy would it be if like tonight, like just some crazy thing happens and my cat is just dead, like a freak accident and my cat dies? I probably wouldn't release this episode.
Oh, I would release it for you. Or no, it's gonna be some like crazy like Mark David Chapman, like Johnny, I love you. I'll kill your cat for you, like.
Or maybe everything we say in this episode will come true.
Ooh.
I have $1 million every day.
I steal Johnny's $1 million.
Damn it.
Every day.
Smell it. You know what they have to do?
What?
Put a bunch of baking soda in someone's butt and then pour vinegar down. I mean, they must have done that. But
Yeah,
I want to see the video.
I do too. I really do want to see that.
This has been a Peaches and Hot Sauce presentation.
Peaches. Hot sauce. 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 Got your peaches